0971 or Rev-Up office numbers are 572-0383 and 572-0215. Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X. And let's just say good morning and welcome to our many viewers here in St. Lucia watching us on DBS Live. Thank you so much, DBS, management and staff of DBS, to grant us the privilege of being live on their TV station. All right, so let me say good morning to the co-host of the show. Let's say to my immediate left, none other than the lovely Nikki. Nikki, good morning. Oh my God. Kina, you see why?
It happens, Andre.
Kina.
It happens. Nikki just left. Nikki just left.
So my apologies.
That's all right.
The lovely Kina.
Good morning, Andre. How you doing?
I'm well. All is well
Good
with
to be
you?
back, yeah.
All right.
I'm great. How about you?
I'm very well. So let's say good morning to co-host number 2, Tony Ball.
Did you say we were on television?
I did.
DBS?
You want to what?
Well, you know, things have to change, Andrew. We're on television, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You go, boy.
Yeah.
You go, boy. You look fly.
Well, that's
what
the whole
happened
idea.
was, you know what, you need to stand so we can see that.
I was thinking exactly that, you know. Let's do this. Yeah.
Oh, let's do this, Tony Paul. Look at you. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. That's how we do it right here on Rev-Up St. Lucia.
That's
So
what
good
I'm
morning
talking
to
about.
everyone.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
Yeah.
I know I did the honors already, but just welcoming our viewers on DBS, Tony. Yeah. So.
Wow, DBS. Linda, hi. Good morning to you. Tristan, what's up? Just so nice to have you guys with us. Thanks for trusting what we do. And, because if you didn't trust it, you would say, no, this ain't happening, you know. So it's just really, really good that you guys believe and trust in what we do here. And we do appreciate it very, very much.
Certainly do.
Wow, DBS television. So those of you who love your television, you know, you can kick back, relax, as they say, and enjoy the program. This is Hard Drive.
Look at your eyes, your face just lit up. It's just how he's saying that.
What a feeling.
Which is, yeah.
Ah, what a feeling.
And you know you should sing that too.
What a feeling. Welcome, one and all, man.
Welcome, everyone.
Good feeling,
to
good
Hard
feeling.
Drive.
Hit of the day.
Oh,
Good
gosh.
one.
I think
Okay.
somebody called me, not called, messaged me early Saturday morning telling me, Tony, that they heard you play Memories Don't Live Like People Do.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
They said they love that song.
Oh, gosh,
That's,
yes.
of course, Charmaine.
Charmaine. Charmaine. Hi, Charmaine. I hope you're there with us this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man.
She said she hadn't heard that song in a long time.
That's
So
right.
which
great.
version did you play?
Good question.
Yeah.
Vic Taylor.
Oh,
The
Vic
reggae
Taylor.
version.
Okay. Because I was thinking
Yeah.
of the Tom Jones. I know Tom Jones has a version of it.
That's right.
And
So that would be in the 90s, right? With the one you played.
No way.
80s?
Yeah. Maybe even 70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That I'm not sure. But come on, 70s. I'm positive now.
Mhm.
Okay,
70s. Yeah, memories don't live like people do.
And you know,
They
They
always
always
stay
remember.
with you.
you know, Beanie Man had a little version of that as well. Huh?
That's right. He put
Yes,
a little
he did.
a little
He had
line
a little
in there.
spin in there as well.
Yeah.
He did.
Yes, I.
So, Andrew, how are you, man?
I'm well.
Long weekend,
Yeah,
boy.
I had a long weekend. Saturday, as you know, I was at Grapevine on Saturday.
Mhm.
That was all right. It was
all right.
okay. It was okay.
Okay.
And on Sunday, you won't believe what happened, Tony. You won't believe. And Kina. I went to pick up my boyfriend.
Ah,
I just love how he says it all the time. My boyfriend.
no. When?
Yeah, that's how he says it.
Say, you say.
No,
Try a thing, man.
my boyfriend.
No.
No.
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Right.
Boyfriend.
That's right. Not boyfriend. Boyfriend.
Oh, Jesus.
Before people get any ideas.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
I actually wasn't thinking of it that way, actually.
Oh, really?
No. No.
Oh, you're such a darling.
No, because I just know it's a male friend. That's what I always thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy at least one person thinks like that. So
Yes.
I pick up my boyfriend and we're driving down Monkey Town, right, in Cicero. I get a call from the proprietor of Cool Joints. Folks, I'm just kidding, it's Cool Joint. Okay? And he says to me, Andre, there's a big event in Soufrière. Okay, and imagine not one person is at Cool Joint, not one.
Oh.
So we're gonna have to cancel. We're gonna have to cancel, or should I say, postpone. So he told me we'll do it in another 2 weeks. But imagine, Tony, I all dressed up and everything already.
Yeah, feeling the vibe and you're ready to rock.
Yourself.
I put my best perfume on.
All of that, all of that.
My nice done. And it's 7:30 in the evening. I said, what am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do with myself? And imagine, I was on the Millennium Highway because when we came from Monkey Town, we went straight to the Millennium Highway. I said, Anthony, it's only 7:30. Nothing ain't happening, man.
Maybe you should have taken a drive down to Soufrière and get to
You know,
it.
I thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought of that.
So
It was
Go to
rise
the
after all.
open vibe he spoke
Yes.
about.
are you going to do that?
Well, why
Go and
not?
enjoy yourself.
Go and enjoy yourself.
You're making
You put
joke.
on your nice dun as you said.
Everything
Just
done,
go
you
and
know?
enjoy
You're
yourself.
forgetting what I have to go through.
Oh, the
The
drive
old
down.
road and thing.
Actually, it's a lot better.
You see?
Yeah, it's
Say
a
again?
lot better.
When last have you been there?
Sunday. Patricia.
Wow.
I actually drove down on Sunday. Patricia, okay?
Okay.
I got you. What happened was, it was the weekend.
And you know we're coming to you because
Yeah.
Andre's giving us his part. You know, we're coming to you as well.
Oh, my.
So you have two men miserable in themselves now. What do we do? What do we do? Then I passed on the roundabout. I saw KFC. I might like going inside there, and buy some KFC.
No way.
I said, okay, let me go up Goodlands and so on, just to kill a little time. And when I get to the top of the man, I said, what are you going to do? What are we going to do? My boyfriend didn't have any suggestions.
Yeah.
I took him back home.
You took him back home?
What?
And you went back home?
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry when you all still there.
Oh,
And I told you, I came back home quietly.
You didn't see him, did you, Toes? You didn't see him.
I didn't see him.
Oh, so that's what he. Oh,
Came back
gosh.
home quietly.
Definitely quietly.
Not even a hi. He didn't even say hi to us. You didn't, right?
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. No way.
And we were there making a kind of noise. You
Yeah,
heard
I
that?
heard. I heard.
Oh, gosh. That was
So what did you do when you got home one day?
Easter Sunday.
I just want to watch Gaza.
Oh, my word. Oh, my goodness. It was a Gaza party, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. And then watching Gaza until I fell asleep, and that was it. I say, wait, missy. But anyway, there's the old saying about, because Anthony was there saying, oh, every disappointment is a blessing and so on.
Yes.
I have my questions about that thing, about every disappointment is a blessing, right? Don't you have questions about that, Tony?
No. I believe it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I said to Anthony, how are you going to say to somebody? No, did I say to Anthony or to somebody else? Maybe it's somebody else. So a guy is put in prison. We read recently this guy spent, I think, the longest death row inmate, 40-something years in prison
40-something years,
for a
yes.
crime he didn't commit. Now he's lost his mind. Right now, he got, I think, $1 million US as compensation. And the sister is saying he's in another world, some other place. Where's the blessing in that?
Anything could have happened to him if he did not go in jail. Maybe he could have been dead. He could have been worse.
Don't try that.
I try not to think. I try not to think. But it's true. But it's
The
true.
person's
But it's
entire
true.
life is shattered.
But your life.
There's no coming back from that.
Ruined,
It's
man.
ruined.
I get that, but it could have been worse if he probably was out of.
No, but right now
Prison.
he's out
Probably.
after spending 40-something
Understand?
years,
Probably.
and his mental faculties are not intact.
Yes, his sister
You
says he's
know,
he's
he's in
another
another
place.
world,
It's another
so,
place. Because that
yeah.
kind of, imagine what it does to your psyche. You know you're innocent. You know and he was innocent because they had a review of the case and they found out what had happened. There's a lot of hanky-panky taking place. They wanted to pin the thing on somebody and they pinned it on him. And it was a triple murder. triple murder, 40-something years on death row. You're not telling me there's a blessing in that? Even he was questioning and saying, well, what God would allow something like that? And you're talking about somebody becoming, if he's overnight.
$1 million richer, that's the only blessing.
Yeah, but he can't enjoy it.
With it, but he can't enjoy it. That's the other thing, the sad thing about
that happened in Japan. Yeah, that happened in Japan. Anyway, before we move on, let me just read this. Looking for a unique way to relax or celebrate? Thank you very much, Kida.
For what?
Well, for just $1,000, you can enjoy a full 24-hour private experience aboard the Sagita boat as Dr. JJ's Mangrove in beautiful Marigo Bay. Remember the boat, Tony, that was there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this one. This is called a Sagita. This fully furnished boat is yours to enjoy with your crew, whether you're partying, unwinding, or simply soaking in the view. Perfect for groups up to 30 to 40 people. Features include kitchen, living room, washroom, and bedrooms, plural. So to book or inquire, call 721-7693. That's 721-7693. Or email jjsparadise@hotmail.com. That's jjsparadise2@hotmail.com. We'll confirm availability and help you plan your perfect escape. Once again, that number 721-7693, 721-7693, or email jjsparadise2@hotmail.com. All right.
Go get him, JJ.
Okay, so anything that you guys want to mention before we move on?
Kina's weekend and her drive to Soufrière.
Yeah, to Soufrière. So that means you went down the West Coast, obviously.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you had a look at the road.
It's like carpet. Some places laid down. It's really nice. That drive was really nice as well.
Were you driving?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I
you're
went
being
to
chauffeured.
Choiseul. Yes, Choiseul. Yeah, that was my place to be on Sunday. Yeah.
Right.
So
I haven't gone there in
did
so
you
long.
see any signs of that session taking place in Soufrière? Because I understand it was a huge event.
Well, my friend went, and I was like, I decided not to go. Rise? Yeah. It's a big event every Easter weekend.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes. Well, the majority of the nation goes there.
That's what I heard.
On a weekend.
It's a huge event.
Huge event. Yeah. So, but I didn't go.
Okay.
I was just good with just spending time with her and her family. I got myself some tamarind. I picked it from the tree and some plums. Choiseul is the land of plums.
Oh, yes.
So I got some plums as well. So that was really good. Yeah, that was really good.
All right. Well, nice to know that you got out of the house, man.
Yeah, I did. So that was good.
Okay, what about your cute little pup?
Oh, my cute little pup was well behaved. When I returned, there was no mess, thankfully, because I returned in the evening.
You left
And
him by
He held-
himself.
And he held, is it he or she?
A she.
It was a
she held
and
it?
you left
She's
her
trained.
home
I'm
by
learning
herself?
from the dog whisperer
She's potty trained?
what to do. She's potty trained. So I left maybe about after 10 in the morning, and I returned sometime after 8, and she waited till I returned. So
There
that's
was no mess.
ooh, no mess.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you took her outside and
Yes,
then she messed
she did
it.
her thing.
Ah. Oh, that's
So how many
nice.
hours were you away from the home?
Maybe more than 5.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
So you came back down the West Coast, or you went
Back
through the East
down the
Coast?
West Coast. East Coast, our pop.
That's making the whole round.
Yeah.
And I do that sometimes.
No. West Coast for me. It was easier.
Okay.
Straight flight home.
Okay, so the road is a little better
It's a
these
little
days.
better. In some areas, when you get to canneries, it's a little bit dusty and so on. Whoa. The individuals living in that neighborhood, oh my gosh, I can't believe to imagine what they're going through on a daily basis. The dust on their furniture. Maybe when they're eating, they might be eating as well. Boy, they should do something. Maybe constantly wet it. And I'm sure they're doing it. But still, that still can't take away from what they're experiencing daily. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
One of the things, as soon as I spoke to Linda Daher, she said to me, "Will Kina be on?" I'm like, "Yeah." So she was happy.
Oh, that's good. Good morning, Linda. Kisses.
So just to let our listeners and viewers know that we heard your cries. We heard your cries. You want Tony back? So Tony is back on the show.
Welcome
All right.
back, Toton.
Thank you very
No,
much.
there's a way you call him, though.
Tonil?
Yeah.
That one really?
Welcome back.
Oh, you remember that.
Welcome back. I remember.
Okay.
It's the first thing he said the first day I came.
That's really?
Remember?
That's my old nickname.
Toenail.
With toenail, man.
Toenail.
That's it. And they shortened it to nail.
Who was the guy? Tony, was it that guy who gave you that name? What's his name again, Boje? Yeah, look, he's from Leclerc. His family's still there, close
His
to the
best
church
friend.
there.
Was it your best friend?
Me see. Oh, Marius, man. Was it
I'm
Marius?
waiting for you because I don't believe you remember that. I cannot believe you remember that. It was Marius.
It was Marius. Yes,
That's what
yes.
he said to me.
Yeah, Tony.
He said he gave me the name.
Yeah, I remember.
But why?
And he said, and according to what he said, I'm like, okay, it must be you. Because we were, trying to play football as
I
well.
figured it
Right,
was some, and
right.
you hit your toe, your big
And
toe.
I kept kicking the ball, but it looked, tried to kick it straight and it was going like on the side. So you can say, I kicking the ball with my toenail.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
What a good day, huh? Toenail.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And that was that.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that football, that those games were being played on the main Leclerc Road there, close to the Imbert's residence.
We played everywhere.
Yeah.
From in the lane. Remember we used to play a thing, I'm sure you used to play that too, main against lane.
Yes,
Main
literally.
against lane?
Yeah. Main against
down.
lane.
Yeah.
Break it down now. We lived in the lane.
Right.
And they were like 5 lanes.
Oh,
5 lanes.
like heading northbound in Leclerc or
Eh?
somewhere else. No, you live in the lane, and the lane's where? North or south?
Why does that matter?
You know what I mean? The north,
No,
south.
Why does
I'm
it matter?
trying to,
Okay.
get that
Let me give it to you.
picture in my head.
But
there.
you know where the bakery is.
The bakery
Oh,
is
yeah,
one.
yeah,
The
yeah.
school.
Look for Henry's Bakery.
Right.
Right.
So you see,
Okay, so that lane, that.
So
Those
you're
are
heading,
the lanes.
you're heading
Right,
north.
right, right.
Heading north.
right.
Well, north. I said northbound.
So those are the lanes. But that's the thing about the north and the southbound and all of that.
Right.
No, because it I'm not sure it computes. So here's what it is. The lanes, like, the Luther lane is the first lane. Then there's the second and the third, and we live in the fourth.
Okay.
So
right.
all of them have kids, the lanes. So we would play against the main road. Those who live on the main
road.
road. That's why it's called lane
Oh.
versus main.
Okay, interesting.
Right,
Very,
right.
very interesting here.
So we would play, you know what I mean, competing with the guys who live on the main road.
So who won most of the games, though? The lane?
I honestly don't remember because the main
Don't
road,
remember,
the
or
main
you wanna
road,
try to get credit for something?
the main road would have most of the guys. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because the lanes, okay, we were all right, but I think the main, Andre, because most of the guys lived on the main road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Marius. Now, he also got a nickname.
Uh-huh.
It was What it was again? What
You're already
We called him
laughing.
a few.
But
Eh, eh?
No use.
no use. No use.
No use.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
of the Marius.
Yeah.
No use.
No way.
No
Useless.
Useless. So everybody got it. Everybody got
Oh,
it.
yeah, man.
What
oh, yeah,
was your name, Andre?
Did I have one? Did I have one, Tony? Did I have one?
I don't remember.
I don't
Maybe
think
Zuzum, Zuzum.
I don't think I had one. What was it?
Zuzum, Zuzum.
Oh, gosh, boy.
So what's that kid like Zuzu?
I made it up.
Okay. Why don't you have a name? Is Zuzu?
So from now on, your nickname is Zuzum, Zuzum.
But Tony, I don't think I had any nickname that stuck. I don't think so. I don't think anything stuck with me.
What do you remember, Tony?
DJ.
That's what they call him, DJ? Oh,
That came a lot later. The
Yeah.
DJ
man.
thing.
DJ was early, man. DJ was primary school, Andre.
You know when I got the DJ?
Mhm.
When we were building, we were building
Project.
the project,
Right.
right? Mm-hmm.
For me, it was even
Everybody
earlier.
got a job. They were building the project, so we all
Right.
got a job.
Mhm.
Yeah, pushing a
wheelbarrow
and
and trying to mix and thing, carrying sand and all of that.
and we
you
got
know?
paid.
Yeah,
We
man.
got paid.
We got paid.
Imagine that.
Andre, for me, it came before that. I'll tell you why.
It was right there, Tony, right there.
Really?
Because it was Flecky that was there. Remember Flecky?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So at that point, they were all asking each other what we want to be.
I remember.
when we grow up and so on. And of course, if they asked me, what do you want to be? And I said I want to be a DJ.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, a DJ.
And that
You said it right, right?
It just
DJ.
stuck.
Yeah,
DJ.
DJ.
DJ. Yeah,
And
it
I
just
just
stuck.
stuck
DJ. Everybody. DJ. Hey, DJ Wagner.
I think the only person that still calls me that is
KB.
KB.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiran.
DJ.
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah, DJ.
Not bad. Not bad.
Oh gosh. I just saw a little something there. For hire, Spencer for hire. Swish. My partner.
Oh, he's on.
Yeah, Swish is on.
All right,
Right.
switch. Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
Swish
sir.
is on.
The switch is on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anything you want to mention before we move on, because we had the big story there, the Pope,
The Pope,
Pope's
yeah.
passing.
Well, that's the
Andre,
big story for
topic,
the
I don't
day.
know if you want to go with the topic of discussion this morning.
Oh
I
yes,
mean,
so of course, let's go there first
You
and
wanna
then
go there?
if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So just in case you missed it, this morning we're talking about incest. And that was a heavy, heavy, heavy subject. So heavy, we didn't get a single call.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I would
one
imagine.
call. And not even, Gina listens to our shows all the time.
Right.
I expected at least Gina to call. Not even
Right.
Gina called.
Right.
Wait. That was heavy, I guess, to some degree uncomfortable as well.
Very much so.
uncomfortable for some.
Very much
so.
so.
Maybe that's why the calls didn't come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially maybe for those people who are going through that, because we know people are going through it. The reason I brought it up is because I got a message from a lady friend of mine who's going through that particular thing.
Oh.
Okay.
And she sent me the message and everything, what's going on. And then she told her that the daughter reported him to her, and she dealt with the matter.
All right.
Oh, all right. Whoa.
And she's strong enough to do that. I'll tell you that, boy.
Kudos
Yeah,
to
she's
her
strong.
for stepping up in that way and supporting her daughter, because a lot of times
Yeah.
it does not happen.
And to protect the family,
Yes.
I just chose not to divulge exactly what was said.
Yeah.
Because if the guy maybe gets wind of that, I don't know how he may react. Okay, so a lot of people are going through this particular issue.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been through it already.
Yeah.
And Tony, I don't know. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I know for sure we were that incesting that never happened.
No.
That never happened
In our home.
my
No,
family,
that's
in
for
our
sure.
home, no.
Andre, so much so, I don't even know what it is. Not that I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we know, but
Because you spoke about child pornography.
yes, as a contributing
Factor to
factor,
incest?
according to
I-
the researcher.
I knows nothing concerning this thing. Andre, I'm very serious. I do not know. Okay, I've heard it exists, but I'm thinking, what exactly is it? Are you talking about teenagers? Are you talking about because you're under the age of consent and you're having porn, or you're talking about children?
Incest
real
happens between
children.
family members, pretty much. No matter
Okay.
what age, it could be a 12-year-old with a 12-year-old, or somebody older with somebody younger, but it happens within
The
the family.
family.
Nikki spoke about a 5-year-old.
Siblings, parents,
5-year-old.
uncles, aunts, cousins.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it happens in a family setting.
Yeah. But I said that never occurred in our
It
our
never
home.
happened
Exactly.
in
No doubt it must have
Mazda,
happened among our friends and so on, but
Maybe
in our
so,
home that
yeah.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
For sure. And I know for sure the only other experience that I kind of had, which was kind of like resembled something, was a particular gentleman who was in St. Lucia at that particular point in time, and he was clearly homosexual. Clearly, but I only realized it when he tried
Something on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's at the Clear School. The people, they would come down on vacation. Remember that, Tony? When you have these visitors, they come down.
Oh, right,
and
right. They stay in the school.
In the school.
Okay.
But that
okay.
gentleman in particular, who I trusted, because it was like a church group.
And
Boy,
that's what happens
the
to a lot
dangerous-
of, that's very, very dangerous, because you hear a lot of instances where children or individuals trust that one person who's a lead, and they're the ones doing that, and it's just really, really sad. And that continues for years without them even being found out.
Yeah. So imagine that was a guy from Barbados in St. Lucia. I remember his name. As a matter of fact, he took a pic of me, which I still have.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, I still have the pic.
What?
Because that's his way, of showing I like you, I care about you, kind of thing. Yeah, it's one evening I remember I was leaving the school. We spent a lot of time there
Yeah.
because we make
used to go-
friends and so
right,
on.
Right.
And then he came up to me and he held me from he put his arms around me.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then he took his mouth and he put his mouth on my nose, and I could feel his mustache. I remember that well. So I was able. I know it didn't feel right, so I just wriggled myself and I just ran away. And thank God he didn't pursue it or anything like that.
Okay.
But I
That's a
know.
good
I mean, now in retrospect, I'm a lot wiser now. I know that this
that's
was
what was happening then.
Yeah. By the time I didn't tell anybody that.
Right.
Yeah, I never told anybody.
Yeah.
I think today is the first time I'm revealing.
Yeah,
revealing
because
that.
you're almost embarrassed about that.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I remember the guy. Yeah, big man, church guy, right? Playing the piano, whatever it is he was playing in the church, right? So you figure this is somebody you can trust.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right,
that
right,
wasn't the
right,
case
right,
at all, boy.
right, right.
Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
But even that we're now, discussing it, it's good that it was a great topic of discussion, though many individuals didn't call. But we need to create a culture of openness around this. Children should feel safe talking about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And when something like this happens, you should tell your child, we've heard about it, the good touch and the bad touch. So teach your children what is good touch, what is bad touch. So when something has happened to them, they could come to you openly and say, Mommy, Daddy, if Mommy is not there or Daddy is not there, maybe the grandmother, and they could, have this discussion and say, this happened to me. And it's important as well to teach your children to set clear boundaries. Their bodies, that's their temple. So there's privacy, and they have a right to say no to anybody's advances. So it's important that we teach our children to say no, and when the person is making advances, and what they should look out for.
True, I agree with you. But boy, what do you say to a 5-year-old? What do you say? And especially, the perpetrator is the father. That's the difficult thing about it. The father is the perpetrator, somebody that the child trusts.
There's still same thing again, good touch and bad touch.
A 5-year-old?
Your daddy kisses you on your forehead, that's good touch. Hi baby, how you doing? Mwah, I love you. But there are other places you should not touch. If you're not, the child is not in the shower, putting on the child's, underwear, that's different. But if there are other things that you're doing below there, you should teach your children certain things are not okay.
Yes, of course, I agree. 100%, I agree. But just think of it. It's your little child there, 5-year-old. Child trusts you. That's a child that's used to seeing you when you change the pamper.
Yes, from a baby.
Yeah. And the
For example, they can
children,
recall.
it's amazing, huh? The
Yes.
children know exactly when to chill. They know you clean them, so they chill.
Yes.
And they're just waiting for you to do what you're supposed to be doing. Amazing how that happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the person that you've seen changing your pampers, them your little thing. Right? And the trust that's there, that's a difficult one, boy. Difficult. But anyway. So yeah. So we sympathize with the victims of
Definitely.
incest for sure.
Definitely.
And as I said, we don't, I made that very clear in the program this morning, we don't judge the perpetrators because they have their experience. They've had their experience. We don't know what it is.
Right.
Right? But all we could say is to advise them. Once you know where you're heading already, go get help.
Go get help. It's important
get
that
help.
you do. I agree.
Go try and fix yourself because you're going to end up destroying people. And in the process, you'll destroy yourself as well.
Yeah.
Even if you may not see it right now. All right? Okay.
I agree.
Okay, so imagine my shock on Monday morning. I'm just putting on my TV as I normally do. I have a Mako TV. I'm seeing I'm seeing big headlines that the Pope Francis has died. Like, what? I said I was shocked. Reason for that is because the day before, the Sunday,
yeah.
he was on his wheelchair as he normally is, and they were pushing him around, and I think he said very, very few words. And I thought he was on the mend. I thought so. But I remember what was happening in that, what we found out afterwards, while he was at Gemelli Hospital. The man, from as far as they're now saying, he was gone already.
Yeah.
He was gone. But modern medicine, man, has been, it's so advanced right now.
You're able to keep him
They
from
can
it?
they can bring you
Yes.
back from that thing because your organs are failing and so
Yeah.
on. Because remember, Tony, when Mama was going, I remember the doctor said to us, go get some batteries. Remember that, Tony? Go get some batteries, come back, and we're going to take her to ICU so you can say your goodbyes. Right? So I went to get the batteries, and I was on my way back. When I got back, the doctor came and said, well, sorry, she didn't make it.
Yeah.
The batteries for what exactly?
I don't know, yes, keeping her heart going. I don't know what it
Well,
was.
she had a
Hot. Yeah.
placement.
No.
No?
But I remember he asked for the batteries, and he asked me to buy quite a few actually.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a few, like about 10 of them or something like that. Yeah, so I quickly went to the supermarket there, got the batteries. By the time I got back, she didn't make it. But that's how many years ago. So apparently right now they're able to do that. I was talking to somebody recently,
There's so many.
and the person said to me that the doctor said, we can bring her back. We can. That's how advanced modern medicine is.
Really?
So that's what happened there in his case. Those medications are so powerful. I guess they
Kept
do
him for a while.
almost the impossible.
They really tried
almost
to keep him around.
twice the guy was up gone. They said they got to the point now they were about to let him go, but apparently I think he had given instructions to somebody that if it ever gets to that place, try and bring him back. He had given instructions because the person was actually in the room and everything.
Yeah, so-
That is amazing, amazing. So all yesterday, of course, that was the big story. Every major network just carried the story about the Pope because he's such a great man.
Yes.
He's such a great, I often talk about him. He's one of the few, religious leaders who I have a lot of respect for, a lot of regard for. Because in my humble view, that's my humble view, and I could be wrong, I think he espoused a lot of what Jesus Christ espoused.
Okay.
Love for fellow man,
Right.
compassion for fellow man, speaking up for the most vulnerable. And Tony and Kina, if you read the life of Jesus Christ, he wasn't afraid to stand up to the system, to
He
those
wasn't.
people who are in authority and so on. He'd call them hypocrites. Man, he didn't play. He didn't play. And Pope Francis has gone up against some of the most powerful people already, including Donald Trump. These two fellas,
And he'd send some warnings to Donald Trump. Ever so often he would. Even when Donald Trump won the presidency recently, he did, send a warning. And most people will remember him for his commitment and his to social justice, because he always spoke up about the injustices in this world.
That's correct.
And what we should do to change it.
That's right.
And he will be remembered for that, most definitely.
You see the whole issue of the illegal immigration? Man, he was strong on that. Meaning he always tried to appeal to some whatever goodness that may be in them wicked fellas' minds and hearts still, to not treat those people badly. Not treat them badly. And he kept on this thing with some of the dreadest fellas who are around today. The Netanyahus and so on. There's a pic of, you could see he was at the Vatican, Donald Trump was there, and a couple of females, I don't know if the wife was one of them. And you could tell the coldness, man, in that pic. You could feel, you could cut it with a knife, man. It was thick, right? They didn't, I shouldn't say they didn't like each other. Donald Trump knew where he stood, and that Donald Trump knew he was doing things that the Pope was not happy about.
Right.
So I know people feel very strongly about the immigration thing. You're illegal, so get you out, kind of thing, right? He was not on that vibe at all.
It was different.
Very, very, very different. Honestly, he was like, you almost want to say he was like a radical. Who just simply went and went against the grain kind of thing.
That's correct.
And decided, human beings are human beings. Black, white, brown, red, he didn't care.
Yes.
It didn't matter to him. You're a human being. And he
the
would
other
reach
thing
out.
too-
That's the thing. He also reached out to people.
That's correct.
The
Which
other
was
thing as well, he
amazing,
wanted
actually.
to change that narrative about the church
Right.
and as how people viewed the Catholic Church. And when he came in,
Right.
he did just that.
You remember the
good as
whole
well.
issue of the abuse by priests and so on?
Right.
Yes.
He had to preside over this issue
Right.
for a lot of his papacy. I mean, you can see
Yeah.
the number of these cases, and the church had to deal with those things, and he was able to deal with it effectively.
Yes, he was able
to
to
the
do
point
so.
where those who had to get fired, let go, whatever. He confronted that stain
Yeah.
on the church.
And you see
And
the
he
thing,
did-
the thing you spoke about, he was Jesus-like. Andre, I mean, he used to wash people's feet and kiss their feet.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's
did
right.
that as
And
well.
Tony, prisoners.
That's right. That's right.
Prisoners.
You know what I'm saying? He was just a special person from Argentina, right? If
Yes.
memory,
Yes,
right?
Argentina, yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
They said in his lifetime he had one girlfriend, and he said that if she didn't marry him, then he become a priest. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
He
why.
made
So
the decision
even the
long
girlfriend I read said she was shocked to hear he became a priest. I guess she knows him well. She knows him. She was what? A priest? Yes, because he's a human being. It's just that now, as anything else, you change your life and you go in another direction.
Yeah. And to become the Pope, imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you read this morning that they're looking for those between 80 plus, Andre, to be the next Pope?
No,
80 plus.
these are the cardinals.
The
I think they're
cardinals
below age 80 or something like that.
Also below the age of
Yeah.
80.
They're the ones who are now going to be meeting in some kind of conclave
Okay.
to choose
To
who
choose
the
the
next
the next one.
Pope.
Yes.
Below the age of 80.
Well, those cardinals.
Yeah.
Cardinals would be the
Mm.
ones
Okay.
who would
So I think
be-
out of that group now, they will select
They will
somebody.
somebody to-
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I think the last time that they did that, they got it right.
Yeah,
With
13
him.
Francis.
Yeah, with
It
him.
was 12
Yeah.
years or 13 years ago.
Yeah,
When
something
they-
like
when
that.
he- yes,
yeah.
yes.
They got it right.
They
They
got it
really
right,
got
yeah,
it
they
right.
did.
It's a good pick. Very, very good
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
And it's just so sad to see the number of churches that are around today. and people do not act like him.
Mm-hmm.
They speak. They don't confront anything. They don't speak out against anything. They just want to cozy up to those in authority and not challenge them. But he wasn't like that.
He wasn't like that.
He was, as you said, Christ-like, and that's why I admire this guy. Sorry, let me take it back. Not guy.
The Pope.
The Pope. I admire this
Pope
Pope.
Francis.
To me, he's the greatest Pope ever. I hope when the new one is chosen, that he'll be even greater. I hope so.
I hope so as
Because
well.
the Pope wields influence that you can't believe. There's a permanent seat at the United Nations. It belongs to the Pope, whoever is in the position, the Pope. There's a seat there. When the Pope decides to go to New York City and to take a walk inside the United Nations, let me tell you something. Every world leader stands at attention, when this guy walks inside there. That's power. That's influence.
Yeah.
And to tell me you have that kind of power and influence and to not use it.
And he had such humility that came with that as well.
Yeah, because to go and
Yes.
kiss a prisoner's foot,
Yeah.
that speaks
Yeah.
volumes. Speak volumes. Now, I don't understand. You have all these world leaders saying how great this man was, including Donald Trump. Okay, say he wish God will bless him and whatever he said. And a whole bunch of bad boys weighing in now and saying how great this man was. What I don't understand, and Kina Antonio, let me ask you that question. Why can't they be like him?
I figured that's what you were going to say.
If he's so great, right? He's so great because you're saying he did all these things and whatever. He did all these great things, but you don't want to follow in his footsteps.
Nah.
So you have to ask yourself, what's going on? Is that just talk or something?
Sometimes it could be just talk after someone dies, but for others, they would, do what's necessary to be just like, him.
Okay. But for me, it's like, Andre, you acknowledge the person's, okay, if you like greatness, what they stand for, et cetera, but you tell yourself, but that ain't me. I got to be who I am, and I have to do what I have to do.
Yeah.
Arthur, good morning to you.
Yeah,
Arthur
but
St.
still,
Just, by
if
the
you
way.
want to, talk about, and you go to these events, right? So at his funeral, you'll hear so many great things about him.
Right.
Sometimes when you hear so many great things about an individual, you'll want to be like them some sort. You might not, have all the qualities, but at least you will try, because when you're there, you're admiring somebody. You could speak about their greatness, and that too would help, make some transition in your life of some sorts. So that would be a good thing. As to why some leaders just do not follow suit, beats me.
yeah, because you're praising him for those qualities,
Yeah.
right? You should try to ensure that you engender those qualities in yourself as well, but they
Yeah.
have nothing to do with that.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I look at the current crop of leaders across the globe, and I just find these guys don't even have a heart, to allow the kind of evil I see being perpetuated in this world, and to allow these things to happen, especially where little children are concerned. That's why we spoke this morning about the abuse and incest and this sort of thing. To stand by and see little children being severed, heads cut off, and so on. Children have to be being operated on without an anesthetic or anything like that. And you're telling me you can be cool? No. These people are I don't know. They're where there's no conscience, there's no heart, there's no compassion, and these are the people who are running this world.
It's sad to say it probably comes with territory, meaning, and I don't mean, just comes with the job. Andrea, to be a leader, a world leader, you just must be tough. Because things come at you left, right, and center. Even if I talk about world leaders, even here in St. Lucia, our prime minister, who is the leader of the country, has to be tough. You know what I mean? Take tough decisions and be tough.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
take tough decisions and be tough. But in instances like that, where children's head are being cut off, that's something else. And I don't think our prime minister will ever stand by.
Exactly.
For that.
To know. Sorry, go ahead.
But as Tony was saying, depending on the culture that you're raised in. So if you're looking at the Middle East and so on.
Well, no, America.
then,
Put America in that.
kind of-
England in that
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
They're funding. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
they're funding the war.
they're funding the war.
Yeah. But I think what Pope Francis' death should send a strong message to the other individuals is that to just be Christ-like. And we spoke about that last week, Andre. Where there is peace, everything else flows. That's all you need in this world,
Yeah.
just peace.
Tony, don't we talk about that? At your residence, you embrace peace. And when somebody comes now to shift that and bring drama, you don't like that.
Yeah.
No.
Right. So there's
Yeah.
there are blessings in peace. But Tony, going back to the thing you said about being tough. Remember we watched The Sound of Music
Yeah.
countless times. The movie. Have you ever seen a movie, The Sound of Music, with
Yeah.
Julie Andrews? You
Yes.
sure you saw it?
That's years ago. I can't even remember how old I was then, but yes, I did.
Tony, we probably saw that maybe 100 times.
Uh-huh.
Every year or so that movie will come to St. Lucia, and this is one of the few times where the entire family would go to the cinema to watch this movie. Remember that, Tony?
That's
That's a family thing,
Yeah.
and everybody wants to go to watch The Sound of Music. Anyway, so in the movie, Julie Andrews was acting as the role she plays is Maria. She said something. She was supposed to go and deal with these children that were really troublesome as well. And I remember her saying in the song, "I will be firm but kind." I remember her saying that, even in the song you played today, right? I'll be firm but kind. So Tony, you can be firm, but you can also be compassionate. You can be.
I have to agree.
Yeah. You can take a stance. For example, Tony, me as a parent, there are times my children want to do things that they want to do, and I know it's not the best thing for them. So I have to be firm and say, I won't allow you to do that, and I do it out of love. I will not allow my children to want to hurt themselves, or for me to hurt them, or to hurt my neighbor's child. To tell me, I know my neighbor's child is in a hospital, okay? And for me to know I have the resources to provide medical care and deliberately hold it back. We have a world right now where people are being deliberately starved to death. No water, no food, no This is happening as we speak. And the Pope spoke out against those things constantly on this fellow's case. And they're just not listening. They're not hearing. So it's really sad. I'm going to miss him. I don't know the gentleman, Tony, but I love this man. I loved him. And I'm sure this is going to be like a huge loss.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
A huge loss.
It is.
Because we don't know what's coming. It may be better.
Right.
It may be better.
Which is what I was thinking while you were speaking. It's like he left a guideline. He left guidelines to follow.
Yes.
That's so to speak, you know. And whoever is coming in, hopefully, can follow those guidelines and
Which
say,
is
well,
true.
this is what he was. You know what I mean? And before him, there was nothing like that.
That's right.
So I have to try to come like as good or even better.
And not even that. It's even in his final wishes, Andre Antonio.
Imagine that.
He just wants everything. He expressed a desire to keep everything really simple.
Yes.
And that speaks volumes about his character.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm-
because you
I'm-
could have all the flashing everything and the caskets and everything, but he just wanted to keep everything simple.
Right, and even where he will be buried and all
Yes,
that.
Yes.
that as
And
well.
and look how soon this is happening. This coming Saturday.
Saturday.
This coming
Yeah.
Saturday, yeah,
And-
at 10 a.m. at St. Peter's Square.
And here's what he wrote, right? Because he knew he was going to go at some point. He says, "As I sense the approaching twilight of my earthly life, and with firm hope in eternal life, I wish to set out my final wishes solely regarding the place of my burial." Right? That's what he wrote, and of course he's giving his instructions and so on. So as we speak, his body is I don't know if they've got it lying in state, but he's there in a coffin, and you can see he's there exposed. So I guess for the public will get the chance to come see him.
Yeah.
But you know what
eventually.
I was reading
over the next few days.
just yesterday? I was like, okay, after a pope died back in the day, like centuries ago, what happened? And when he came in, there was a lot of rites and other things that they did that he actually said, we're not going to do that. We're in modern times. And I was reading something. It was on the Catholic's Facebook page. I think it's Catholic National or something. And we're looking at centuries ago that when a pope died, that pope had to be hit with a hammer like 7 times to make sure that the pope was dead.
Really?
I'm like, what? No. That can't be possible.
Because
I
if
was
he
in
ain't dead,
shock.
sure kill him.
Yes, true.
I was in shock when I read that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Whoosh.
As you said, that one of the other things that he did, Andre, to allow women to just be women and give them positions in the church as
Yeah.
well.
Yes,
Not
that's
as
something
not as
else.
priests.
Not as
priests,
Not
but-
yet.
Yes,
Not
yeah.
yet. Not yet.
So who knows? Maybe the next one might
May
just
allow
decide,
it.
you know something?
Yes.
Hey, why not? A woman priest.
And he kept
you know?
the whole celibacy
Right.
Yeah.
practice. He kept that as well. I mean, he wasn't a perfect man for sure. He had some issues as well. I know for sure he was very kind to the homosexual community as well.
Yeah,
right?
he was.
Yeah, remember that he said, "Who am I to judge?"
I was going to go there, but yeah.
You did say that
Here's
as
one.
well.
Maybe this next one might decide, hey, as priests, we are men, we have feelings, get married.
Yes,
Yes.
that may be.
So it stops
may
all of
be.
the other things happening.
That may be.
Yeah.
Because I said he wasn't perfect. He wasn't perfect. He made mistakes, and maybe his understanding of biblical things and so on. Because I mean, there's no place in the Bible that supports celibacy at all.
Right.
I mean, but that's for another show.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, there's a few things I want to say about him. I was watching when they tried to get him to go into the Pope Mobile. At one point, he was so heavy. He was so heavy because he's clearly obese. They tried to get him to go into the Pope. He couldn't climb the 3 steps.
Yeah.
He couldn't climb it. Then he actually called for the
wheelchair.
For the wheelchair. Yeah. So and then of course they pushed him around. But he was trying to go into the Pope Mobile. He was so heavy and so weak that he could not climb 3 steps. Okay. Now, before or while he was going through his issues, his advisors, more so his doctors, were telling him something. They were telling him, chill on the carbs. All right, chill on the carbs. Now, when we talk about carbs, we talk about bad carbs because there's good carbs,
and there's bad.
those carbohydrates that have the fiber. The bad carbs are what doesn't have fiber. So they're telling him, chill out. And they said that his weakness was pizza. That's his major weakness. You know, it's amazing what those foods do to you. Like Nairobi would take pictures, right? She's a 7-year-old. Nairobi would take pictures, and she's okay. She's all right. If you see they have anything like pizza there, oh my God, Nairobi, she's beside herself. There's something about those foods that make you feel good.
There's something about that food that make you feel good.
Make you feel good.
Comfort. That's why they call them comfort foods.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It
Feeling
makes
good.
you feel good.
You're killing that day. You're feeling good.
Yeah.
Andre, strange enough you would say that, but I'm that you would bring that up. Let me just say this quickly. Up to yesterday, I was, home relaxing and so on, and I said to myself, I have not had KFC for a while.
Same
When I
here.
say a while, I'm talking about, maybe 9-10 months. Maybe I want to say a year or two. Yes, I have not had that.
I haven't had KFC in about 1.5 years.
Imagine that. Yeah. Honestly, it came to mind. I kind of felt for it.
Sometimes I do feel like having a cheat day.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm good for now. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
Nothing
that.
wrong with having a cheat day.
But I just want to make that point there because he was being told, chill.
Some people, when they have that, it's like an addiction.
That's right.
I must have it. I can't do without it.
Because remember those hormones that are released in the brain when you eat the comfort food.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good.
good.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah, it does make you
when
feel
you
good.
put Tony, just think of it, the pizza. When you put your teeth into something like, and that thing it just does something to
and
you.
the cheese is melted on there, and the crust is crispy. Boy,
you know the
and
thing.
depending on the topping, you're on top of the world.
Saturday gone. I have not done the KFC for a while, but I had the pizza on Saturday.
Is it?
Oh, you did?
I did indeed.
Oh my God.
And I really indulged.
Yes.
I did indeed, let me tell you.
So it seems as though there's a certain point in time that we have to start chilling.
Yeah, but
off
science,
the bad carbs.
Yeah.
science
We have to start
did
chilling.
say a few weeks ago, we did have a discussion on it right here on Rev-Up Slu, that our bodies are wired. Some people, no matter what they try to do, they just hardwired that way to crave sweets and to crave carbs and to put on weight no matter what. So science is trying to reinvent that by saying, hey, this is what you could take or this is what you could do.
A pill.
So,
A pill.
a magic pill.
Yeah, you have to control yourself.
So you can control yourself, pretty much.
But we said it a while ago. When we eat those things, it releases a hormone.
A hormone
The
makes you feel
It makes
good.
you feel good.
Yes.
So you want more.
Makes you feel
You want
good, so
more
you
of it.
want more.
I mean, Tony, I told you already,
Yeah.
my weakness, cake
Ice cream.
and ice cream. Well, I mean, not just any ice cream.
Ooh, my weakness is cake.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you see, So
I'm ice cream. Yeah, the whole cake. Ice cream.
weakness is
but
cake.
then you have to control it. So at some point in our lives, I'm just saying this because we have to learn from other people's experience. He had a weakness for the carbs, and he's Italian, so the pasta,
Well,
pasta, and all that kind of stuff. He loves it. He loves it.
Yes, yes.
Remember, we said he is
Argentinian.
Yes,
Argentinian.
exactly.
Yeah.
But you said Italian.
Oh, sorry. Remember, I lied. They love the same thing. They love the same.
But also we have to take into consideration so that, yes, when you're younger, you could eat all the carbs in the world. You're running around and exercising.
Yes.
It's not really affecting you.
Yeah.
But as you age, your body kind of shuts down
That's right.
in some way.
The metabolism slows down.
slows down.
Exactly.
So as you age, it begins to affect you in different ways. Hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and everything else.
Well
So
said,
we need
Kina.
to-
Well said,
we
Kina.
need to cut down on it as we get
Because
older.
I'm glad you said it. Let me just segue there right away. Right? He died as a result of a stroke,
Yeah.
right? And subsequent irreversible heart failure. Okay? And we're finding out right now that he also suffered with hypertension, which is the high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. They said that just came out. Because whatever test that they so he had some serious issues.
Yeah,
So no
there's
doubt
some
that
serious
led now
underlying health
to the
conditions there.
stroke and the heart failure and so on.
Yeah.
That's why they were telling him to
Yeah,
chill.
chill.
So apparently whoever was in the inner circle, they knew what was going on and trying to tell him, hey, chill. But when you
a lot
see,
of times
you
people
hooked.
tell us, chill, go easy on the carbs, go easy on this, and it just makes us feel good, and you continue drinking it till it's too late.
Yeah.
know.
Continue what?
What did I say? Continue
drinking
drinking it. I meant doing it. I meant doing it. Thank you, Toads.
So in about 15 to 20 days, the Cardinals, right, will under the age of 80, will convene at the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican, and that's going to be sealed off. The guys are in the little room by themselves, and they go and pray and whatever it is that they're doing there, so they can come up. And I think they vote every time they to see which
Who's gonna
one.
be?
Yeah, is going to be the next pope. And once you see they've chosen somebody, the chimney now they will you'll see white smoke coming out of the chimney.
Coming out of it.
That's one hell of a tradition, boy.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Right,
Sort of
right,
thing.
And I think
right,
he was
right.
the first one to be named Pope Francis, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
As far as we know,
As
there's
far as
always
we know.
Pope Paul,
Yeah,
and Pope John Paul,
Pope
right,
Benedict,
but
and
Francis,
so on.
Pope
Francis,
Benedict.
right.
Sometimes reminded me of that
And
one,
Benedict was the first to resign, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was. 'Cause it was after his resignation that they
Francis
had to,
came.
Right, that Francis
Yeah.
came out.
And you have to give Benedict that. He was humble enough to step
To
aside.
step aside,
To step
yes.
aside, because
Yeah.
people don't like to do that,
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, people don't like to do
According
that.
to you, that kind of power that you have when you walk through the United
You do not
Nations
want
and
to
everybody
let go
stand
of
up.
the
You know what I
power,
mean?
yeah.
That kind of-
Everybody.
Andre Catholics. I know us, of course, we grew up Catholic. You grew up Catholic? Andre Hummel, well, a lot of people in the world. Well, let me say St. Lucia. Can I talk for the world? Grew up as Catholics.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. It's the majority, majority
Right.
religion, yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
Eventually, you change. You do. Maybe sometimes you grow
As
up and
you
you
get older,
you
yes.
just say, "I want to
Yeah.
do this. I want to go there." You know.
I
what
want to do
But
my own thing.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Tony, myself, all acolytes.
Lights and so on.
Yeah, we're
Imagine that,
on
huh?
the altar. We're in the altar.
Serving. and at the time in
Who
your
would've
teens,
thought?
it felt
Who would
good.
have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt good, huh?
Yeah, man,
Really?
It felt good.
What about
It
it
felt
was
good.
so good? Do tell me.
Well, you are the star.
Yeah, kind of.
You
know?
understand?
Yeah, you're serving
Yeah,
the
you're
priest.
serving
and,
the
you know what I
priest,
mean? And your little friends who come to church watching you on the under.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're a
Like,
star
boy.
Yeah, you're going ringing the bell, ting-a-ling-a-ling. When it's time for communion, the communion, you come and you have the thing, right? Whatever they call it, and you put it under their throat, you know, under the body of Christ. Amen. That felt good.
and then all the chicks have to come and take the body of Christ.
Exactly.
And you have to put the whatever they call it
Right, under their throat.
The throat.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness.
So-
I never really imagined that it was that way for you guys.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
And all of us
Well,
will.
maybe, yeah, serving the priest and being around him. Yeah, that's an honor.
Mm-hmm.
The other things that you mentioned, I guess, yeah, I didn't think about it.
Yeah, you had your cassock.
That's right, the
You had
cassock.
your cassock.
You wear and you look forward to going and choosing your cassock.
Yes, man.
What?
Yeah. It gave you some kind of meaning to life.
But
Definitely.
was it a strict? Was there anything that you had to live by as an acolyte? Just not do.
That's what a question. Andrea, you laugh. What a question. I don't remember if there was anything that, you know what I mean? There were no real...
Rules? Nothing
Not
that...
really.
Yeah. You just had to go and confess, that's all.
Yeah, you go to confession,
Just
right.
imagine that confession, boy. What?
That's another one again. Go to confession. As a child, you ain't really doing nothing per
bad.
se. You know, maybe steal a little, steal a little
sweet or
this, a little that at
something.
your home. You take something, and you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. You took something from your home without asking for it.
Right.
So you say, I stole a sweetie.
I stole sugar.
I stole sugar.
I stole sugar.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what else? Yeah.
So much for confessions, right? Do people still confess? I think,
I think it's a
most
thing.
likely they do.
Yes, because,
yeah, it's
you know,
still a
Francis,
thing.
Francis
yes.
says he does.
Oh, it's still a
Yeah,
thing.
he said he still does.
Francis
No,
the
yeah,
Pope?
people
The Pope-
would still
the Pope, yeah.
confess, but
So
the
the
way
Pope have to
that...
confess?
That's what he said.
Well,
he
he
says
would.
Andrea, to who?
I guess one of the cardinals, I guess. I guess somebody.
Maybe.
Yeah, somebody.
Somebody.
Again, Tony just goes to show his humility as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all part of it. Yeah, because he has to confess to somebody.
But you're the head. You ain't confessing to nobody. That's what was
No,
my
but
thinking.
you still have to confess in another way. I was referring to going in and sitting, you behind this wall and confess. Well, I haven't gone to the Catholic
So
Church
how
in a
you know?
while.
How you know that
I
part?
mean,
oh,
who didn't
when
confess
growing up.
as a...
Oh, growing
come
up.
on.
Okay.
I confessed as a child.
Okay.
I can't remember what for.
Okay.
But I did as a child.
You sure you can remember?
Maybe still in sugar
Yeah, right.
or sweets or something.
Yeah, right.
Well, I should put saint on my forehead or something, Andre. Like, we all
No, because
confess.
I was just curious to know what
it
girls
was.
did back then.
Yeah, what it was. What
It's
it
the
was.
same thing that boys did as a child. You still maybe sugar or something or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you got angry or maybe you hit your brother or something.
We used to do
and you
other things.
shouldn't
We used to do other little things.
What other things? I think I maybe confessed for hitting my brother or something, not the stealing of the sugar.
Anyway, okay, so that's it. That's the big story. I mean, everywhere yesterday, I imagine even today, the Pope is passing. So definitely great man, and he will be missed. He'll be missed for sure. I'm just praying, Tony, that whoever comes after him will take things to another level. You know, when Moses died, for all intents and purposes, things didn't look so bright for Israel. But Joshua came on the scene, and then Joshua was the one who actually took the people into the promised land. So Joshua was even greater than Moses. So it just goes to show there's still hope.
I know, but that brother greater
Yes.
than Moses.
Yeah, man. He brought the people into the promised land.
But Andrea,
Moses
before
couldn't do it.
Well, no, he was not allowed to do it. According to, if we believe in what the Bible says,
He-
he was not allowed to do it.
Well, the thing is, his style of leadership, I guess, whatever that style was, the people rebelled at that particular point in time.
From what we understand, Andre, Moses killed people. You understand? Joshua, as far as I know, Joshua never did.
There was an incident. That's right.
Yes,
there was
there
an
was one
incident. Yeah.
And even breaking the Ten Commandments. That part is real, right? He broke the Ten
Well,
Commandments after he
the
got
tablet,
it.
the
tablet.
tablet.
He broke the
Exactly.
tablet.
You know what I mean? So yeah, he was so angry. You know what I mean?
That's
Moses
right.
was an angry person.
That's right. Yeah,
You know what I
he,
mean?
he had an anger management
Yeah.
issue.
Yes, he did.
That's right. Yeah, good point, Tony. Good
Yeah.
point.
Who would have
good point.
thought?
Who would have thought? You know?
Coming from Tony.
But Joshua was different.
Yes.
He was
Yeah,
very,
Joshua
very
was
different.
very
different.
Yes.
So
yes.
there's hope, man. There's hope because Tony, these kind of fellas that running the world there right now, they need a strong person to stand up to them.
Yes, yes.
Right, the rest of the churches, they just quiet, don't say anything, they don't take on anybody, they just do it. They figure a Sunday they talk among the congregants, a Saturday. But this Pope man, listen, man, he came out, and I'm sure he had a lot of enemies. I'm sure people didn't like him, even in the church itself. There didn't like his vibe.
Yeah.
True.
You understand?
True.
But he didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But tomorrow, actually, there's a public viewing there as well. So for Pope Francis, so that's something that's
They had the entire week to do that.
yeah. But
Yeah.
tomorrow there's something big happening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I don't know if we have to say so long to our friends on DBS. I'm not too sure, Tony.
I'm not sure. I did say till 11:30. So I.
Well,
I
it's up
think,
to you all.
Yeah, they may keep 11:30.
Yeah, Linda, it's up to you because we could be doing the shout outs right now.
Right.
That's until 11:30.
Yes. Right.
So remember, until 11:30.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we get off, I'm gonna give them a call to find out if
they continue.
if they're good with 11:30 or it's just. Oh, by the way, we'll be doing this Monday and Tuesdays.
Yes, Mondays
Okay.
and Tuesdays on DBS.
Right, on DBS. So again, DBS, thank you very much. For those of you who are perhaps on Facebook and you want to relax in front of a television, go to DBS. They have broadcasting service.
So just in case you want to check us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and on X,
Right.
tell us how they do it again. Kina,
All you
how
gotta
do we
do
it?
is just search Rev-Up SLU.
You go to the site,
You
right?
go to whether it be Twitter, YouTube, X. Well, Twitter is X. So X, YouTube, Facebook, Rev-Up SLU.
Right. That's it.
And it will pop up.
Yeah, we shall pop up.
Kino, we are okay because last time I was here, we said that you will do one and I will do the other.
Okay, I could do WhatsApp today. You could do Facebook. How about that? We'll switch
Yeah,
roles.
good idea.
Okay.
Periodically.
Okay.
Good idea.
All right. So you kick things
You
off?
game?
I'm game. Yeah.
Kick things off. I'll do WhatsApp.
Yeah, over the weekend, boy. You know what I mean? You know, she just give me a jam, eh? You know what I mean? Over the weekend, boy. Great weekend.
Wow.
Great Easter weekend, let me tell you. What happened?
What happened was
Okay.
I'm back on radio today, so we're not going to discuss that. You funny. Oh boy. Tony's just playing, guys. Don't worry.
You know those, Andrea, I've seen it in the movies where, you know, a lady would have her engagement ring or something, and they should go like, hi.
Yes.
How are you? You know, you gotta see this thing, you know. So when she give me the jam, she gotta jam me with the other hand, you know. She give me the jam on the
No, how
on
can
the
I
left.
jam you with the other hand going
But
like
there
this?
you
But
go.
you're closer on the left. Come on now. Don't play like that. Don't be like that.
All right. So you opening the batting?
Yes, I will. So the first person to chime in is Josiane. She says, good morning, Rev-Up family. Good morning, Josiane. Happy Tuesday.
Morning, Jose.
Morning, Joes.
Yes, morning
Yeah.
to you and the entire family.
That's right.
Hugo celebrated his birthday on the
Saturday.
weekend.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. I know his dad was with you guys on the weekend
Sunday,
as well.
that's right. And Hugo came with us as usual. You know what I mean? So he was there for a little bit. I spoke to him nicely. Andrew, he's become a real nice guy. Remember he was troublesome?
Who?
Hugo. Andre laughing. You remember you was troublesome?
Yeah,
Andre, we sit there a bit, nice, quiet kid these days. Eh?
Wow.
Yeah, real nice kid, man. Wow.
All right.
So
okay.
Josiane and his mom, they're doing a great job. Holmes, good morning. Give a big shout out to my boy Showtime as well. Showtime was with us on Sunday as well.
So let me ask, was Manford there as well?
Nah, told you
I
the
swear
show.
I heard Todd laughing. You know, there's the way he laughs.
Maybe me, man. You know, I have a variety of ways I laugh.
Maybe it was you for true. Okay, go ahead, Kina.
Jojo is in the building.
Oh,
She
yes, she
says, good
is.
morning, Kiki, Tony, and Andre. Good morning,
Oh,
Jojo.
Joella.
Yeah, Joella Yard.
I call her Jojo, but Joella Yard.
Okay, Joella.
Someone else chimed in and says, blessings to Rev-Up family. Tony, you look fly.
Ah, thank you.
Person also went on to say, hey, Kiki and Andre, be blessed, everyone. We'll see everyone soon. Joanna Badu.
Joanna Boudou, hey.
Good morning, Joanna
Good
Badu.
morning.
Kisses. Mwah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, someone chimed in and says, good morning, guys. How you doing? How you doing?
Doing
How you
well.
doing?
We're well.
Yeah.
Hope you're well too.
Yeah. Tony, someone says, good morning, Kiki, Andre, and Tony. I hope you all had a great holiday. Have a blessed week from Tekla L.
Hey, Tekla L. Hi, Tekla L.
She
That's
also went
from
on to
before.
say, Tony, nice to hear you on the station. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Tekla. This is it, man. I'm here. That's it.
Someone else chimed in and says, good morning, Rev-Up. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm extremely grateful to have Tony back on Hard Drive. I had gotten to love him very much. I think he is a great radio personality. Keep up the great job, Tony. Shamin loves you.
Oh,
Hey,
Charmaine,
Charmaine.
Andrea. Yeah,
Yeah,
Charmaine.
Charmaine.
Right. Charmaine, just quickly, Charmaine asked for a song. Charmaine, I'm sorry you missed it, you know. It's like the first week I did the Saturday old school jams. She asked for To Sir With Love.
Ooh.
Super song. But I said,
Yeah,
but I
it's a
did,
song.
Charmaine. Yeah, To Sir With Love. They'll come and try and kill my show,
It's so
man.
slow.
Right.
and everything
But
else.
the following week, I
The
played it
following-
early enough, and she was not listening.
Oh.
So she missed it. You know what I mean? Because I kept calling. I kept saying, "Charmaine, if you're there, let me know that you're there." You know, so I can
right.
play the song. An hour, no answer.
And it's such a
I
great
played it
song.
anyway.
It's a great song, but it's
Such a
just
great
very
song.
Yeah. Yeah. A.G. Simpson, good morning, A.G. He's the final person to, make a comment on our WhatsApp platform, and he says, congrats on your TV debut. Well, thank you.
All right, AG.
Thank you,
Thank
kisses,
you,
AG.
partner. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yourself a
AG.
good one.
Yes, most definitely.
So it's now your turn?
It's now my turn. It's my turn
Yeah.
to see what I could do.
Uh-huh.
It's my turn. It's my turn. Diana
Ross.
Yeah.
Diana Ross.
Okay. Andrea, I did that. We have a lot of time. It's only 6 minutes past 11 o'clock, right? You remember Andre, it's just like that. Over the weekend, the thing came to me. I'm referring to Andre alone because he would kind of know what I'm talking about. Andre got me to like the Honeymooners in New York. That's where you started watching it, right?
Yeah.
Andre was telling me about the Honeymooners, Ralph Cramden, and so on. Andre, one of the episodes where he was going on this show, and he was working with Norton, his partner. It's all kinds of questions, man, and boy, he answering that. So Norton, it's some part, Andre, either a song or something Norton was singing.
Yes.
You know, every time before they start, Norton singing the song. You know, he said, "Hurry up and let's get with it."
You're always singing that stupid song.
You always sing that stupid song.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The first question they ask him is about the song Norton was singing.
Oh my goodness.
And let me tell you, you remember it?
And you know the part that's really funny?
Go ahead.
When they asked him for the final time, tell us who sings the song? Ed Norton.
Very true. I even forgot that part. What I thought you were going to say, Andre, is this. Everything the host asked him after that, he had the answer. Yes. Well, I'm sorry. That's so-and-so who sings that.
Yeah.
No. What I mean is, we finished. So-and-so sang that.
Right, yes,
Everything
yes.
that the host said to him, he was answering. He was answering.
And it was a lot of money. A lot of money. The last one. When the producers are the best, these producers.
What, Andre?
Thinking outside the box like that.
What?
Yeah, they are. Oh boy.
And my favorite part, bang, zoom.
Today, I would rush from work
to go and watch
that thing.
What?
It was contagious.
Yeah. What? From the time you told me about that, Andre, I would do the same. I'd be home watching that, and the thing was playing late night.
Late night, yeah. I'd rush from just to watch that thing.
That's back in the 80s. Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Okay, great laughter. All right,
Oh, yeah.
therapy for the soul.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Woo. All right, opening the batting today was Pius, as I said, that Paul St. Rose. Andre, I watched IPL yesterday, and I remember we have not heard from Paul St. Rose because the IPL, which is the Indian Premier League,
busy.
made like his IPL. Andre, the IPL is fantastic. I love it. Anyway, so Paul, man, come back, man. All right, so Pius,
Welcome
Snappy.
back, Paul.
No, I didn't say he did. I tell him to come back.
Oh, okay. He was there. Okay.
Because we start the show here at 10. And remember last year he was saying he was watching the cricket while listening to us as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Paul St. Rose.
So, you know there are people who listen to two radio stations simultaneously?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Andrew, I've seen Blau do that.
What?
Yeah. I go to his
they
office.
don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Both
they have two
their
different talk
favorites,
shows.
different
Yes.
talk
And they
shows,
listen
so
to
they
both.
want
That's
to
right.
get in on the action. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, so Pius Snappy, yeah, man, checked in first. He says, good morning. I'm hoping that I got it right.
Morning,
Dakota
Pius.
McGuire, Cleveland Seeley, hi, good morning to you as
Morning,
well.
Dakota.
All right. Elvin J, team workers, the eyes. As usual, the eyes have it, the eyes
Good
have
morning,
it.
Evelyn.
All right. Julian Leonard, Rev-Up St. Lucia, good morning.
Hey, my
Good
partner.
morning, Julian.
Yes, I.
That's
Morning.
the one in Antigua?
In Antigua.
All right. Barbara Xavier checking in as always. Barbara says a pleasant Tuesday morning to all of you. Have
Hi,
a
Barbara.
lovely
You as well.
day
Good
and
morning.
blessed love. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara
Barbara.
Xavier. Carmen Salapang.
Hey, long time no
Ooh,
here.
it's been a
Carmen,
while.
yes.
Hi,
In the
Carmen.
Philippines. Wow, I hope she's well. Hope all is well if you come in. Nice to know that you're still listening to us and that you're still keeping in touch.
Most
Thank you so much.
Most deaf.
Thank you so much.
Our friend Andrea Lilia Victor says, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a great Easter weekend.
You
Oh,
as well,
yes, we
Lilia.
did. I hope you
Thanks
had
for chiming in.
Patricia Benjamin, good morning, Rev-Up family. Have a great day with the heart.
Hi,
Love.
Patricia. Thanks for the love. Mwah.
All right. Melanie Destang says, good morning, everyone. Trust that everyone had a wonderful Easter.
Yes,
You
I
as
did.
well.
You as well.
Thank you, Melanie. All right. Mathrin Lucius, is it? Lucius. It's pronounced as Lucius,
Yeah,
right?
Lucius.
All right. Mathrin Lucius says, good morning to all. Thank you, Mathrin. Barbara Augustin, my favorite brothers, good morning. And Kiki, it's a beautiful day. Love you, Tony, T-O-N with an I.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Barbara. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Kisses.
Barbara. Urban Jamari says, Andre, good morning. my brother.
Morning, Urban.
What Paya saying here? All right, Paya says, happy birthday to everyone celebrating today.
Happy
So if you happen to be
birthday to
celebrating,
everyone as well.
happy
Yeah.
birthday. That's from Paya Snappy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Sharon Peter says, good morning, Rev-Up
Hey,
family.
Sharon.
Yeah.
Hope all is well,
Good
Sharon.
morning, Sharon. How you
Always nice hearing from you.
Most definitely.
Yeah, every time I think of Lucky Dube, I think of you
Of Sharon.
right away.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. All right, Chester Dupree says, blessing morning, Keen, Andre, and Tony. To God be the glory. Thank
Good
you,
morning,
Chester.
Chester. Thank you so much.
Joella Yard checking in at this time says
She's back.
She's
she is
back.
so back.
She's back.
Oh, Jojo is back.
That's right.
Hi, Jojo.
So she says, morning, Kiki.
Good morning, Jojo, my love. Mwah.
And Tony and Andre. Joella Yard, one more time. I don't know what going on. I can't find any of you on WhatsApp.
Huh?
Could be because, Joella, the thing is, once we are here, we don't look at our phones.
No, we don't look at our phones.
Yes, forget that. We don't look at the phones. So the good thing is, you sent it to both places, man. So she's so
No.
back.
So that's good. You're so back. Welcome back, Jojo. We love you.
Yeah. All right. Rolanda Clary says, good morning to everyone. Rolanda, welcome if this is the first time.
Welcome aboard,
Welcome,
Rolanda.
Welcome, Rolanda.
Mm-hmm.
Totone, Joella Yard. Totone attire is on point. You're very professional today. I
He
just
is.
thought,
Yes, he
you
is.
know,
Just what he will,
Yeah. I just thought I should like rev it up a little bit.
Of course.
And you
You know what I
did.
mean?
And you did. It's great.
Especially for DBS.
I know, right?
Yeah. All right. Lucita Jean-Pierre. All right, Lucita.
Hey, Lucita.
Good
Sakavet
morning,
la.
Lucita. How you doing?
Let me see what Lucita is saying here this morning. Good morning, Andre and Tony, Paul, and beautiful Keena. We mama, Jerome come back in green blazer. Show Jerome, my buddy. So there you go. Joella, Auntie Clara, good morning, which is Clara Sammy, I think.
Hey, Auntie
Hey.
Clara. Say good morning to the great one. Yes, Darren
I
Sammy.
wonder if he's in India enjoying the IPL. I wonder.
I don't know. He said
I
he's going to be here. When I met him the last time, he'd be here for a little while.
Okay.
So I don't know if a little while includes now.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Because he too, Andrew Mate was captain of one of the teams in India, you know.
Wow,
Yeah, he
you
was,
imagine
yeah.
that.
Yeah, the Sunrisers Hyderabad.
You know, it's only when maybe he's not with us anymore, you'll hear all those great things, things we just take those things for
For
granted.
granted.
Yeah.
And on that note, Tony, this morning I was reading about Cristiano Ronaldo. He was giving thanks and praises to a gentleman apparently who founded a whole bunch of great players in his time.
Yes.
He had set up some organization training the fellas. So Ronaldo is one of them. Yes, and he was saying thank you to this gentleman. I think he said one time there were about 10 players on the team that this guy is the one who trained them and so on. I mean, what an honor, man.
That's
what
right.
Oh,
an
yes.
honor.
That's
Most
right.
That you can recognize
Talent.
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 And then hone those skills. Oh my gosh, boy!
Yes, sir.
I hope all those players didn't forget that gentleman.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, maybe because
I
it's
doubt it.
Cristiano Ronaldo. That's why I guess it was printed and everything. But the guy is probably
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have a lot of love and respect for that gentleman. I think his name is Pereira or something
Pereira.
like that.
Last name Pereira.
You
Yeah.
familiar with him?
Not
Oh.
if I were to see a picture, Andre, I would say, oh yeah, him. You
Yeah.
know, because he probably did some coaching and so on and some managing of teams and so.
Most likely.
So once I saw a picture, I'd remember. I remember the name for sure, Andre. The last name Pereira, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Joella says, Lucita Jean-Pierre, fam, good morning. Also, Lucita going further to say, good morning, everyone on the live and Radio Garden, share the live. That's from
Thank you,
Lucita.
Lucita.
Clara, Sammy, good morning, family and friends. Hope you all had a wonderful Easter. Happy week, everyone. That's
Hope you
Clara,
did
Sammy.
too,
All
Clara.
right.
Didn't you weigh in a while ago?
No,
No,
somebody
she
was saying
hasn't.
hi to
Somebody
her.
Oh, to her.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, all right, Membaila. Okay, Mr. Sammy, have yourself a great day. All right? And let us know if Darren is still in St. Lucia.
Right, that would be nice. Since if hopefully you're still there and you could just type something quickly, okay? Okay, Roma Edmond. Good morning, Roma. She says, "Good morning, Tony. You dress very nice, looking good. Thank you, Roma.
Yeah.
I really
Thank you, Roma.
appreciate it.
Hope all is well with you, your
Hi,
lovely
Roma.
daughter, your lovely granddaughter. Yes.
That's her last name.
Roma?
What is-
Yeah.
I think it's the first name, I think.
No. Because when I said Roma Edmond,
Edmonds, yes,
you,
that's right.
you went straight to her right over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's Roma. I just know it's, Roma. Right. Okay, so there you go, Roma. Okay, la, man. Clara says, Auntie Joella, good morning, my love. Ticina Lovelace, good morning, Paul Brothers and Kina. Welcome back, Tony.
Ticina.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you, Ticina. Sills, rubs, or fiction.
Yes, morning, Silton. Hope all is
Silton,
well.
how you doing, Silton? Kisses.
all is well.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. So she says, good morning, Andre, Tony, and Kina. Love you guys. Andre say, thank God you was not already down south when you get that call. It would look very bad. Thank God you were just down the road and had to take a left or right turn back home.
Correct, that's right.
And Andre, that's true. But
Yeah, because you can imagine if I was in Canaries already.
Yes.
I have to go back.
Yeah.
Okay, Joella says, Andre, you exposed the individual. You said the man was playing the piano. I don't think so.
Yes, I did. I said that.
He said
on the
yes,
program.
On the program.
On the program?
This morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
Okay,
so. He's playing the piano.
I missed it.
But nobody nobody can guess what I'm talking about. Impossible.
Okay.
I'm sure you can think of who I'm talking
not
about.
even say he played the piano. That doesn't help.
No.
Okay.
He wasn't the only one playing the piano, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
All right. And here comes Drama Queen
And
Augustine.
so what if I expose him anyway? So what? I'm sure that guy's dead by now.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I'm lost. All right. So Drama Queen says, good morning, Rev-Up family. Thank you, Drama Queen, and welcome.
Hey, Drama Queen. Nice hearing from you.
And my partner, Arthur St. G, says, TP, a jacket knocking. Hey, man. In brackets, just the jacket. All right.
Wants to make you smile there, right?
You know what I'm saying? Christine Shallery says, blessed day to you all. Thank you, Christine. Silton came back and said most of these child abusers had nothing done to them when they were little. These fugs, F-U-G-S, just have their bad habits.
Well, I think it was Nikki that was saying this morning that most of them have been abused themselves.
Okay.
So maybe she was listening on probably that's why she's saying that.
Okay. Our partner, Andre, Arthur Charles, this time says,
Arthur Charles.
please don't forget today is Earth Day, Soleil Levé. I was not aware.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Okay. Thanks for that, Arthur. We appreciate it. Veronica Bryan says, now they have to call his name 3 times. Oh, Massa? Yes. So, Veronica, welcome. For me, since I'm back, first time I'm seeing this name, so Veronica Bryan.
Okay, if you're new, Veronica, welcome. It's good to have you. Please stay with us.
Veronica.
Right. And she says, a blessed day to you guys. Thank you again.
Thank you. Right back at you.
Right. Marilyn King says, hey, good morning, guys. Thank you, Marilyn. Have a great day yourself. Peacemaker says, good morning, Andre Paul, Tony Paul, and my beautiful sister. Kisses for you, Kina, and a kiss for each.
Thank you so much. Kisses right back. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You got that? I hope you did.
Hope you did. Peacemaker. Hello to everyone who is watching and listening. One love, one peace to everyone.
All right, Peacemaker.
And Peacemaker continues. I did that stupid confession too. I still my mother's sugar and milk. I think most of us did. We just followed what our parents wanted us to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're part of the system. So
Yeah, it is.
Septima Joseph says, good morning. Hi, Septima. Good morning to you. Peacemaker continues. Andre, it's Rev-Up St. Lucia, LOL. I don't understand.
Oh, the search. How do you find Rev-Up St. Lucia on social media pages?
Oh,
or something?
okay.
So that's what he was chiming in on.
All right. Johnny Tom, blessed day. Morning, Rev-Up family. Thank you, Johnny. Also checking in, Peacemaker. Kina, that's sweet. You. Wow. Listen to that laugh, Kina. How much you paid for this laugh? Girl, you're cracking me up. LOL. That's a good one. Eh?
Yeah.
Joella says,
Thanks.
Kiki, you engaged. What did I miss?
Tony, you said it.
I don't cause that.
The engagement.
You're gonna put a ring like that on the ring finger.
No, sometimes you put it so people stay away.
Oh, so that's a technique.
I don't think it really stops anyone.
I was just about saying that. I was just about saying that.
So Barbara Augustin says, I agree, you know. And LOL, Joella Yard came right back and says, Andre, thanks for the little advertisement. The Good Friday breakfast was a success.
Yes. Okay, well, I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, great stuff. We can do it again next year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lost. But that,
yeah, they had
the Easter Creole kind of breakfast.
Yeah, I think the Good Friday
vibe.
Creole breakfast.
Who was that?
Joella sent him a WhatsApp message.
Oh.
Yeah, so I read it a couple of times.
You serious?
Yes.
Okay.
So our reach is Tony. So our tentacles going all the way to Texas. Texas.
I want
Yeah. So the folks actually responded. Wow, good stuff,
Yeah.
man.
Great. That's very nice. All right.
Well, tell the business people in Texas, advertise here on Rev-Up.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I agree.
because we have reach.
Oh yes, most definitely now.
Yeah. Okay, so Elsa Hippolyte says, greetings, welcome Tony, my Paul brothers, Keena, and all in the chat room. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Elsa.
All right, Elsa.
John Jack, Andre, you know that when we hit the first names,
That's a new one.
It's a new
John
one.
Jack.
I haven't-
John Jack.
Yeah.
All right. Alice Co is listening and watching from Pennsylvania.
Hi,
Okay.
Alisto. Hi, John Jack. Welcome. Kisses. Mwah.
These are two different people, Tony?
It would seem
It
so.
would seem so.
Aliso is Aliso, A-L-I, Alisco. A-L-I-S-C-O. Alisco, right?
Alisco.
Alisco is listening and watching from
Yes.
Pennsylvania.
All right, let's
And
go.
John Jack is the person who sent the message.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome to both of you.
Right. Okay, Peacemaker, I love these studies, AP, TP, and Kiki. I love these STUDIES.
I love these studies.
I love
AP,
the okay, yeah.
Maybe something we said.
Maybe
earlier.
so, yeah. All right, Joella, Andre, and Tony, why didn't you two attend the function at the CCSS yesterday? You two need to support your candidate. I will be waiting for a response.
So, who's that, Tony? Who's that candidate?
Joella, I was not aware.
Neither am I. Jonah knows more about what's happening at Castries Comprehensive than we do, apparently.
Okay. So Peacemaker said I meant the Three Stooges. Maybe that's what they said.
Oh.
Yeah, Peacemaker. I
Oh.
meant the Three Stooges.
Are we? Mo, Larry, and
Stooges.
Curly?
Yeah. More who and Curly?
Wasn't it Mo, Larry, and Curly?
That's right.
Yeah.
The Three Stooges.
The only
yeah.
difference is that we don't hit each other.
Mm.
But we fun as hell.
That's a good one. All right, Lorena Maida.
Hey, Lorena.
I haven't seen her for a little while.
You know, I normally see her, Tony, just at the entrance to the Kaya. That's where she usually stands.
Maybe does she live around there?
I
In
think
fact-
so.
In fact, she said she live at either Lance Road or San Souci.
Oh, okay, so maybe she walks from Lance Road and goes up that, because I see her. We wave each other and everything. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I suspect she has some connection there.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, she says, blessed and beautiful day to all of you, Rev-Up family. Tony, it is so nice to hear you this morning. How are you doing, guys? Okay, I am still waiting to win some jazz tickets, guys.
If we get.
Once we get, yeah, you'll know all about it. All right? All right, Joella Library is on the map. 2 gold medals at the Character Games. Thanks, Miss
Yeah.
Emmanuel.
JD, man.
Okay, Tony, we have 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
All right. Lorena says, I need to win a ticket for the opening of jazz. Once we get it, we're going to hook you up.
Definitely.
Christine Shallery, hi to Shanna, Malik, and Stacy.
Hi, Shana, Malik. Hi, Stacy. Kisses. Mwah.
Clara says, yes, Darren is still here. You should invite him to your show.
He told me he will come. He will come.
It's an open invitation, so I'm sure he will come.
Yeah.
Hook us up, Clara. You set it up.
I told him when he's relaxed, right? Let's do it. Yeah.
That'll be great.
Mm-hmm. So it's coming.
Peacemaker said, I had a date with Tony Paul last night. That's why he's looking, I guess philosophical. Leave my date alone. LOL. Tony Paul. One love. And that was from Peacemaker.
Oh, Peacemaker, really chiming in on that one right
You know
there.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes,
Peacemaker is
yes.
a female, right?
It would seem so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just playing.
All right. Martha's Shop. I'm late, but still want to share some adorable love to Mr. Andre, Mr. Tony, and lovely Keena. Stay amazing. Fantastic day, everyone.
Hi, Martha.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you very much.
Thank
Martha's
you so much.
Shop, right?
Hope all is well in your community of Mon Repos. Yes, I.
All right. Peacemaker says, Keena, you're funny. You do like my friend in Brooklyn, engaged to herself.
Oh, yes,
LOL.
most definitely, Peacemaker. You got that right.
All right. Now, okay, 26 past. All right. Veronica Bryan, when a pope died, now they don't hit him. They call them 3 times and then they pronounce.
Yeah.
So that was really
that
true.
was
They really
true. They
hit them,
would've
Petro?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Umo,
Let me check that out.
Esumo.
Let me check that out.
Joella says, I have a bunch plan for Father's Day. Okay, I have a brunch, right? I have a,
Oh, so you'll send us the information,
yes,
Joella. So
I have
we're
a
waiting
brunch plan
that.
for Father's Day. Now, let me see, right? We'll be sending you the flyer soon.
Thank
All right.
you, Jojo.
All right. Mr. Favrier had the function yesterday at the CCSS. Oh, I see what you're saying
Okay,
there.
so that's right.
Lorena says, I live there on the carrier. That's where she's...
Kaya. Kaya.
Yeah, Kaya. Okay, so you live on the Kaya. All right.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, Lorena. Okay.
Peacemaker, yes, Tony. I'm a female, a lady. Okay, a Jersey girl. All right. New Jersey. All right. New Jersey in the house.
Hi.
And Lorena wraps it up by saying, tell Kiki, do call her show for the riddles. Yes. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Lorena.
Okay, great. So that's that, Andre, in terms of the shout out. So we did well in the interest of time, of course.
Oh, yes, we did.
We did all right.
We did pretty good.
Okay, so once again, thank you, DBS, for allowing us into, first of all, your studios, and of course, sharing it with the rest of St. Lucia and the world, because, once you go on cable, you can find them right there. So thank you so very much once again, Linda, for accepting our call. Thanks for accepting my call. I will call a little later on to absolutely certify if it's still 11:30. Okay.
Okay, so what I found here is that apparently the popes were tapped on the forehead.
Oh,
Just a little tap.
just a little tap.
A little
What
tap.
I ready to the hammer?
They said he was tapped on the forehead with a silver hammer.
A silver hammer.
So just a little,
A
little
tap.
thing. Yeah, little
But
thing.
still, you think so? You think that could be?
And it may not necessarily be a real hammer. There's some toy things that may be a little soft. Maybe.
Andre, a hammer is a hammer.
No, you
Either
had
way you
toy
look at it.
hammers. They're
Were
toy
they
hammers.
toy hammers back in the day? Well, that's for another show.
Yes. So, yeah, his head was tapped with a hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
A little tap. So it wasn't even hitting the man.
That's why I said,
No,
what I
no,
mean?
but still, just
If you're-
imagine somebody tapping you with a hammer to just make sure that you're dead. Come on now.
Well,
All right.
maybe back in the day they did. It's not like now they didn't have the technology that we have
Yeah.
right now. Or, I don't know. Maybe doctors were not as educated as they are right now to make those determinations. I remember one time I was at the hospital. I went to see somebody who was ill there, and while I was there, they brought a body in, and I saw the doctor lift the eyelid of the person, and I could see the moon, shimmering in the person's eye, because the person just died recently, and the doctor, of course, had to announce that he was dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just imagine the person isn't dead, right? And you just tap the person with a hammer. Sao kafela?
And when I saw that taking place there, I said, imagine one day that's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
When I saw it, yeah, he looked like he just died recently. Because when they pulled back the eye covering, the lid,
Right.
you could see the lights shimmering in his eyes. And I'm like, what, boy? Yeah. and they said 7:45 or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
So it's 11:30. So
Yes.
I guess we say goodbye,
Yeah, we gotta wrap
or
up.
get DBS out and we continue.
Again, no. I let's hope DBS is still with us.
Yeah.
Let's hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But if they are, okay, DBS, thank you very much,
Thank you so much for
the
having
company.
us and,
Appreciate that.
yes.
I wish there was some way we could find out exactly how many viewers we had on DBS.
Right.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Unlike social media. Yeah. Okay, so we got to wrap it up. So, Kina, what do you have coming up on the show today?
St. Lucia's historic.
Remember, today is
Carifta
Tuesday, huh?
performance. Today
It's
is
Tuesday.
Yes, Carifta performance. Judy Emmanuel really did us proud. 100 meter, 200 meter gold, sprint dominance for St. Lucia there. We have the riddle of the day, the one hit wonder, the hit of the day as well with Andre Paul, the Rev-Up St. Lucia news with Andre Paul, the hit of the day, and so much more.
I sent Kina a recording of a riddle.
You did? When?
You remember I sent it to you?
Oh, a few. Yes,
The African thing is really funny.
That is so funny. Let me tell you.
Funny. It's so funny.
Listen, I laughed my heart out.
Okay.
I'm going to play it later on.
Alton sent it to me.
I'm going to play it
And I
later
shared it
on.
with her.
Yes.
I wonder if he sent it to me too.
Most
Maybe
likely.
it is.
Andre, funny.
Most
I is a fella, Andre. You send me them kind of things with HTTP. I am not watching that.
That's true.
You too?
I'm like that.
I ain't watching that.
Oh, really?
Nah, I ain't watching
No.
that. I'm Manisa.
It
Lot
depends
put
as
it.
to who sends it. Some individuals send something and when it's sent, it's really good. It's either funny or something that you would need to that's very important. So I know the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so stay tuned for all the fun with the lovely Kina. She'll be with you until 3 this afternoon. It is Tuesday, so Hassani will be here, Zen the DJ, from 3 o'clock until 6. It is Tuesday. I just keep saying that, Tony, because sometimes you get
Monday.
lost.
You get
You
lost,
get
Monday,
yes,
lost.
first
yes.
day, you know.
And you know,
Monday.
this week is going to be a short week, boy.
Short
Very
week
short.
again.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday already.
Yes.
And before you know it, next week, a holiday in there again.
Oh, yeah, there's another one
There's
coming
another
up.
holiday?
Mayday. The first,
Yeah, the
of
first.
May.
First of
So
May,
next week there's a holiday.
Next week, Thursday.
Thursday.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and that's a big one, huh? That's a big one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this evening from 6 o'clock, it's Tuesday. We're going to be having Doctor in the house. So God willing, I'll be back here between 6 and 7 to ensure that all goes well with the folks, Dr. Suraj, and he may have his guests here today. But you know what I like about that show? There's always something to learn.
That's true.
Always something
Yeah.
to learn.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have all the roro and stuff. It doesn't have that. I must admit that. But nonetheless, you can learn a lot.
Serious
very
stuff, man.
informative.
That's some
Yeah.
real good stuff. Like last week, it was sleep apnea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him and yourself had these little discussions and so on. You had the questions for him and so on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the what's it called again? The rapid eye movement.
Yeah.
That
REM.
period,
Yes,
where the
REM.
body now kind of like heals itself and going through that period. Wow, boy. You know, the Bible tell you we are wonderfully made.
No,
Yes.
for real, Andre.
We are wonderfully made, man.
Us human beings, Andre, wonderfully made.
Yeah.
I swear to you, man. That's why I love my fellow man. I mean, I got mad love for everybody, man. That's a serious thing, you know what I mean? Because I just look at the human being and the way we are made, and we are all so different, and yet still the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
No two individuals have the same fingerprint.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
very unique
Amazing.
quality.
The
It's very
master
unique.
builder, man.
And that's what he is, though. Yeah.
What?
Scientists are still trying to figure it
And
out.
hear what the Pope says, and with the firm hope in eternal life.
I think about that one too.
Yeah.
If there's such a thing,
Yeah.
and what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, eternal life. What is it like? That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
You
Good
better
question,
start
Tony.
working more now on being Christ-like so you can get there. That's what we all should aspire to do.
Even my answer to that, all of us getting there.
Yeah.
All right, Kina. Have yourself a great show, all right?
Yes.
Thank you
Enjoy.
so much, guys.
So, Tony, thank you very much for
Yeah,
the
man.
company.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right. So long, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey friends, are you ready to kickstart your day with inspiration? Join Pastor Yanrick Joseph for Come Grow With Him, your daily devotional filled with reflection, encouragement, and growth in the Word of